Am I the asshole for calling the police on my coworker over a prank? I, 25 female, just started this new job as a front desk clerk at a hotel. I work on the overnight shift and I usually have a coworker, 30 male, with me. He never really spoke to me and a few nights ago was my first night alone. At around 2 a.m. I noticed a person in the parking lot. They were just standing there not moving for 5 to 10 minutes. Also, the lighting was terrible and I couldn't see their face. I thought this was strange and it creeped me out. After 10 minutes, he moves his hand to his ear and calls the front desk. He said, 5 buried, none found, in a low voice, and they hung up. At this point, I was terrified. Am I the asshole for calling the police on my coworker over a prank? At this point, I was terrified, so I ran to the back room and called 911. When they arrived, one cop was talking to the person outside and the other one was at the front desk talking to me. They said the person outside was claiming they worked here. I was confused but admitted I only saw the silhouette. The other officer and the person from the lot came in and it turns out to be my coworker. He was upset, saying he never would have pranked me if he knew I was going to call the police and try to get him arrested. I didn't go through with pressing charges, but I did tell my manager what happened in the morning. It's been a few days and I guess he told the other coworkers what happened and no one's speaking to me. Am I the asshole for yelling at my husband that my cancer isn't a choice? Ever since I got diagnosed with breast cancer months ago, my husband had to come home from his business day that lasted 8 months. He canceled his contract and got replaced. He drives me to the hospital and takes care of medication, and I'm so grateful for that. But he developed this habit of blaming my condition for everything. He'd say, because of your cancer, now I have to drive in the middle of the night to look for medicine. Because of your cancer, I had to pull XYZ from the bank account to cover the bills. Because of your cancer, I haven't seen my family in a while. Or if it wasn't for your cancer, I'd still have my contract. Divorce! Am I the asshole for yelling at my husband that my cancer isn't a choice? I know he's frustrated, but it's become too much and it's worn me down. Days ago, he was reheating dinner for himself and put it on the table and started eating with disgust all over his face. I was grabbing water, so I entered the kitchen where he was staying. He saw me, then loudly said, "Who would have ever thought I'd settle for a frozen meal? Because of your cancer, now my health is declining because all I eat is frozen junk since you can't even cook." I yelled at him, saying my cancer isn't a choice. I said I'm not happy with the situation either, but his constant remarks need to stop. He said he's affected by this just as much as I am and that I'm unfair for yelling at him. Am I the asshole for serving my husband's family mac and cheese for dinner? My husband, Asian, and I, American, welcomed our firstborn 4 weeks ago. The baby is healthy, but I'm exhausted, haven't fixed my hair, and barely able to shower and can't sleep. My husband's family has been pressuring us to visit to meet the baby. I tried to hold them off as much as I could, but yesterday I was surprised to find them standing on our porch. Turns out hubby invited them for dinner. I was embarrassed and felt like I wasn't ready for visitors, especially judgmental ones at that. Anyways, my husband sat with them while I fed my son, then later I asked my husband if we should get takeout. He said no because his family would find it rude and unwelcoming. Am I the asshole for serving my husband's family mac and cheese for dinner? My husband's mom looked at me appalled. She asked if I found it appropriate to serve mac and cheese. I asked why not and she said it was disrespectful and I don't know anything about hosting. I said, "Excuse me, who signed up to host an unexpected visit?" My husband said they were there to finally see the baby since they missed out on a whole month. They went home and my husband said that was more offensive than serving them nothing. I said I was too exhausted to cook the traditional feast that I was forced to learn from his mom. He took offense and said I was being mean and disrespectful towards his own family and his culture. My husband stayed on the phone with his family for an hour and kept giving me cold shoulder and refused to eat what I cooked. Am I the asshole for rubbing it in my boyfriend's face how much I make in front of our friends? We've been together for 2 years and living together for 1. When we were on our first date, he asked if I pursued a higher education after high school, which I didn't. I explained that I failed high school and he couldn't believe it. He was a high achiever and couldn't possibly understand how someone could fail high school. He finds it amusing to tease me about it, and truthfully, it doesn't bother me. I have a good job and I've done great things despite not having a traditional education. It's a little annoying, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Tonight we had friends over and the conversation turned towards high school and what subjects we did. Am I the asshole for rubbing it in my boyfriend's face how much I make in front of our friends? We had friends over and the conversation turned towards high school and what subjects we did. I listed off what I studied in my final year and he began to laugh, saying that it didn't matter because I failed anyway. Then, since he'd had too much to drink, he took it a little too far and started poking fun at how only idiots fail high school. I tried to pay it off, but the alcohol got the better of me as well, and I snapped. I responded, "That's why I earn $48 per hour and you earn $26, right? Because you did so well in high school and that set you up for success, right?" Him and his friends said I ruined the night, but a couple of my friends said he had it coming. Am I the asshole for saying no to my boss after she asked me to watch her kids this weekend? So my 22 female sister is getting married this weekend. I've known I'd be gone for 7 months. 7 months. I reminded my boss every month or so I knew she knew. I also nanny 2 amazing kids who are 6 and 8, and this is the first time I've ever asked for some time off. My boss always said sure, and it sounded like a beautiful wedding. However, I got a text 2 hours ago saying she really needed me this weekend and couldn't find anyone. I was pissed but apologized and said I didn't want to miss my sister's wedding as she's my only sibling. She said if I don't come, I don't have a job on Monday. Am I the asshole for saying no to my boss after she asked me to watch her kids this weekend? My boss said if I didn't show up to watch her kids this weekend, I won't have a job on Monday. I said, "I'm so sorry that you're having a hard time looking for someone to cover. I can reach out to a few nanny friends and see if they would like to pick it up. This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment for my sister, and if I have to lose my job, sadly, I'll accept that. I love this job and your kids, and I hope we can work something out. I think it would devastate them, but do what you need to do and I'll accept that." She insulted me and said I'm abandoning her kids. My mom told me that work sucks sometimes and I need to suck it up and also not go to the wedding.